God damn, look at this wood burner. I don't know if you lot can see that in the camera, guys, but welcome back. Thank you all my new subscribers. And as you can see, I've created a new table area, or whatever you want to call it. So obviously I've raised the log burner up. I ain't got that much pipe in the van now, and I know the pipe does keep the warmth inside the van, because obviously I tested that before I've done this. But the reason I've done this, because when you're burning coal inside the gypsy burner, it's only got a 2-inch pipe, it gets blocked. So I raised it up, and obviously underneath now I can store my boots, my firewood, my essentials, and my pots and pans. The cabinet's not completely done yet, but at the top of the wood I'm going to put some tiles. I haven't secured my log burner at the moment. As you can see, my fan's not even spinning because I think it's, oh there you go, it's died down a bit. And that's about it. But I'm going to finish off this cabinet tomorrow, so this will be done. Needs to be done. It's been like that for quite a while now. I don't know if you can see the smoke inside the van, guys. Let me open up this a bit more. Okay, so I've created my table, put hobbies and gadgets and that on it. It looks quite cool. For a cheap table, cost me £1 off cut. This table, it cost me under £4 off cuts, guys. I couldn't believe what I saw in the shop. There's a shop called Bunnings in the UK, and off cut wood for £4. Obviously, look, you can look in my basket, look all the off cuts I've got. Well, I've got more than this, but look all the off cut. I just cut it up. I'm going to put it straight in my log burner. Great, because obviously if you buy Kindles, it'll cost you £3 anyway. This has cost me £4. I've got so much scrap wood, so basically it's free. So can't go wrong with that. I will finish this off. The shower area is doing great. A lot of people do ask me about my shower area. It's doing great. The floor's a bit dirty because obviously we went to Newquay, and look at all the sand everywhere. Need to bleach that. As you can see, more off-cut wood. These nettings come from B&M. £1.50. So I'll put all my hot water bottles in there. I might even get some more because I think they're quite great. The couch area, or the living room area, is complete now. I'm not going to put no windows around the van because I want it more stealthier. I've got one window there. I'm going to have another window on the sliding door, and that's about it. The water tank's working great. The solar panel is working great. 12.7. I've been in the van for over 2 hours now. It's still 12.7. 14.9 in here with that dodgy temperature. I know it's more than that, maybe about 22 in here. Lovely. I'm in the van with a t-shirt, so great. The fan's working great. Since I raised the item, I'm not sure if it's in your head, I think you'll get more heat because obviously the unit's bigger here and it's not raising from here up to the top. I'm not really sure about that. I put some of these essentials in because this is a wet room. I can't leave that in there because obviously everything in there gets wet, so I left it out here. I know it's quite close to the log burner, but it don't get hot, so that's not bad. I've got some of these. Look at all the shavings, all the wood chip shavings. I've got some of these LED lights. They're quite good. £2.50 from B&M. Sorry, not B&M, Home Bargains. I use that sometimes. It's quite good. What else can I show you? Okay guys, look, I've got hooks everywhere. The reason I've got hooks everywhere, like an example, this door holds my bungee when I'm driving, but if I'm not driving and you want to make something, I've got magnets on the doors as well. I can hold it up like this, quite hard with one hand, but yeah, put one up there and one up there, push up on them. Look at that. That's crazy, yeah? And that's just some hooks. So obviously all these pots and pans are going to go in there now. So I'm going to have so much storage up here with food. Let's put this back down. Just give you a little idea, every camper van is different. So That's what you gotta realise, guys, you know, everyone does a different design. Oh yeah, I put my old LED lights in there. I'm still wiring them up so you see like junction boxes everywhere, but if you switch off all the lights now, and these things here don't take that much electric, just look at that, look how cozy that looks. It's crazy, yeah? And I'm gonna just switch off the TV. Obviously that's about it really. I haven't really changed that much. I've moved the pump from this side, the water pump from this side to this side, because for some reason it kept on like leaking like tiny little bits of water. I don't know why. So I moved it on top of the wheel arch under here now. I don't know what the reason why it was leaking since I've moved it, so it's crazy. That is about it, guys. So obviously I'm going to finish off this cabinet tomorrow. I will partly finish the other cabinet where I've got the log burner. I still need to tile it and stuff like that. And that's about it. I'm going to put some trim in here. I've got to put another trim in here, along here, to finish it off, like this one. I'm thinking about putting a sliding door. I'm not really sure. At the moment I'm using the curtain rail. I'm not really sure. The reason I don't want to put a door on it, because when you go in there it is freezing, but if I leave it open like this, especially with the log burner on, when you go in there it's nice and warm. That is the reason I've got it open. Plus, you know, it doesn't really get wet. I'm thinking about putting another curtain in there just to block it off again, so no water comes on the wooden floor. I'm thinking about as well putting some carpet halfway down, just to keep the warmth in, you know, when you got them cold days. But the only thing is, obviously when it's summer it might be too hot in here, so I'm going to install some fans as well. I'm going to install a fan here, I'm going to install a fan there, and I'm going to install some fans at the back, them 12 volt fans, and hopefully they should be nice and breezy in here. So another thing, guys, I've installed the seat belts. I got these from China. I think they cost about £7 for the set. The reason why I had to put this seat belt on, because this seat was on the left hand side. So obviously I've got the original, you know, I've got the original pull down to go in there, and then I've got a lap belt to go in the middle, because obviously I travel with passengers, or my kids in the back. And I was told if you got a lap belt, you're okay, but if you've got no belt, you're not allowed to travel unless it's like a, you know, a Bedford CF. What I used to have, one of those old classics where you don't need no seat belts. It's crazy. All rules are different for every van, obviously, but that's what I was told. And you know, the MOT and that passed with that. I had no issues. So now all I need is my window cut out and my table installed, what I'm doing upstairs now, and hopefully it will pass as a camper van. So this is my update on my VW Crafter. This is a jumbo long wheelbase, and you know, guys, if you need any help, I'm willing to help, no problem. As you can see, look at my floating bed. I think that's one of the best things in the van. Well, not the best thing, but it's one of the things that you should have in a van if you've got kids, you know what I mean? It's really stable, it's really strong. That bed ain't going anywhere, especially these windows as well. You know, there's a lot, because obviously it comes by stages, guys, you know what I mean? You can't build the van instantly. Everything is by, you know, you want this, you want that, you want that. It's like, example, solar panel. That was one of my last things. It should have been one of my first things I put in the van, because obviously all the cladding, had to take things apart, do this, do that, batteries, you know, inverter. I had an inverter what goes in there with a touch panel, but because it was 200, sorry, not 200, because it was 24 volt, I couldn't use it, because obviously I've got a 12 volt system. I had a 12 volt into a 24 volt and converter, and it just made more issues, you know. The inverter was, it was just crazy. So you got to think before you install things. Obviously my carbon dioxide, I've got a smoke alarm, temperature gauge, I've got my TV to go for my iPhone, obviously the MT, I think it's MT50, my solar controller, and my switches, and obviously this is for my pump, off and on. sleeve that off, and my internet for the whole van. That is about it, guys. But I've got sockets everywhere in this van. Trust me, I've got them underneath the I've got them underneath the couch. I've got them underneath this unit. I am going to put one under here, I think, as well. You know. But this is my update, guys. So, any questions? Leave below. Signing out.